Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all the students of Europe Hotel School. I'm so glad to be here with you. My career has been spent right at the intersection of modern hospitality and technology, really helping hotels not just survive, but thrive. I'm thrilled to be your guide as we get into some really practical stuff today. We're going to tackle a crucial skill: how you can turn powerful insights into decisive, impactful action. So let's start with the big question, the one that every single leader in hospitality has to be asking themselves. In a market that is just flooded with options, how do you become the only choice for your guest? Look, being good anymore, that doesn't cut it. Success means becoming unforgettable, becoming the only logical choice. So, how on earth do we get there? Well, the very first step on this path is all about turning that market uncertainty into crystal clarity. And we do that through something called competitive analysis. Now, this isn't about, just spying on the hotel next door. It's about systematically understanding the entire market, the whole landscape, so you can strategically find your unique place within it. It's so easy to just focus on your direct competitors, the other hotel right across the street. But you have to put yourself in your guest's shoes. They're also looking at that really stylish service department downtown, or maybe that unique short-term rental. Understanding this entire competitive set is absolutely crucial, because that's the real world of choices your guest is weighing before they ever click book. And this brings us to what I think is the most important mindset shift you can make. We do not analyze our competitors so we can copy what they're doing. No, we analyze them to hunt for the gaps, the unmet needs, the overlooked opportunities. We're looking for that special space where our property can shine in a way that nobody else can. Okay, so if the goal isn't to imitate, then how exactly do we differentiate? How do we stand out? Well, that brings us to our next step, actually turning those raw insights into real, tangible advantages that are going to attract the guests you really want. So where do we find these gaps? A lot of the time, they're hiding in plain sight. Guest reviews are an absolute goldmine. I mean it. A comment like this about a competitor, it isn't just a complaint. It's a signpost. It's screaming at you, telling you exactly what guests in your market value and what they're not getting anywhere else. And that leads us right to this really powerful idea. Every single time a competitor drops the ball, whether it's slow service, old tech, or just a lack of personality, they are literally creating an opening for you. Their weakness becomes the perfect setup for you to showcase your strength. Everything we've talked about so far is building towards this critical concept of positioning. Think of it like the mental real estate your brand owns in a guest's mind. When they think luxurious escape, does your hotel pop into their head? Or are you the super efficient business hub? Defining this position and owning it ensures that when a guest has a specific need, your property is the first one they think of. All right, so we've got a handle on the present. But leadership isn't just about understanding today, it's about creating tomorrow. And that's where opportunity mapping comes in. It's the process of taking our insights and deliberately charting a course for growth and innovation, constantly asking, so what's next? We can usually find these opportunities in 3 key areas. First, you've got to look for groups of travelers whose needs just aren't being fully met by anyone. Second, listen for the services that are missing, even for guests who seem happy. And third, you have to keep your eyes on the horizon for those big shifts in how and why people travel. And believe me, these shifts are happening as we speak. Every single one of these trends creates new demands. A guest on a workation needs way more than just a bed. They need a productive, inspiring workspace. A wellness traveler isn't just looking for a treadmill. They want a truly rejuvenating experience. The hotels that lean into these trends first, those are the ones that are going to lead the market tomorrow. Okay, let's bring it all together now. This is where the rubber meets the road, where analysis finally becomes action. A truly winning strategy is born when you perfectly align what your property does best, your internal strengths, with those gaps and opportunities you've found out there in the market. The result of all this work, when you get it right, is your value proposition. This is it. This is your core promise to your guest. It has to be the simple, powerful, and convincing answer to their most important question. Out of all the choices I have, why should I book with you? If you can't answer that clearly, you don't really have a strategy. Let's see how this works in the real world. Just look at that first row. Your strength is exceptional personal service. You've spotted an opportunity where all your competitors feel cold and impersonal. Boom. The result is a powerful value proposition. Experience hospitality that feels truly personal. You see the formula? Align your strength with a market need, and you create a promise that really connects with guests. But here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. A brilliant strategy on paper is completely useless without flawless execution. Real success needs everyone to be on the same page, from sales to marketing to operations. It demands that you're constantly evaluating and adapting. And maybe most importantly, all of it has to be built on a solid foundation of integrity. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Mastering these skills is what shifts you from just reacting to what the market does to proactively shaping your own destiny. You're no longer just a player in the game, you are designing the way that you win.
So this entire process, think of it as your strategic map. It shows you the landscape, it points out all the opportunities, and it helps you chart the most effective path forward. The only question left is the one that's going to define your entire career as a leader. You have the map, so where will you lead?